I'm nervous. Yeah. Alright, cool. So, yeah, just gonna kind of jump straight into it. I hope you're recording. Yeah, that's it. Alright, okay, cool. So, our scripture reading, Judges 13, verse 18. This takes place at, just before the birth of Samson. So, the angel of the Lord visits this man named Manoah, who is the father of Samson. I just want to read verse 18. Okay, maybe I'll start from 17 to 18. It says, Then Manoah said to the angel of the Lord, What is your name, so that we may honor you when your word comes to pass? Verse 18 says, Why do you ask my name, said the angel of the Lord, since it is beyond comprehension? So in effect, what happens here is there's an angel of the Lord that comes to this man named Manoah and his wife. Well, the angel of the Lord comes to the wife and says, Hey, you're going to get pregnant, you're going to have a son, and this is basically what you need to do. So Manoah here is asking, What is your name, so that we may honor you? The angel responds, Why do you ask my name, since it is beyond comprehension? I read that other versions say, since the name is wonderful, or the name is secret. And I found this to be a very beautiful way to see the Lord, because when the Lord comes and he presents himself to you, for you to ask someone, what is your name? You're asking them, what is your identity? What is your character? What is your trait? What are your traits? How do I know that this is you? And for the Lord to say in this verse, why do you ask my name, since it is beyond comprehension? It just tells us how big the Lord is. It just tells us how wonderful he is, how we cannot fit him in a box, and he is everything that we need. I want to rush over to Isaiah chapter 9 quickly. Isaiah 9:5. Sorry, 9:6. It says, For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulders. He will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. So when it says here he will be called, these titles that the Lord has given here, I read the other translations and they're all very consistent. Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. I thought that is beautiful how all these traits are the same, because regardless of how I might see the Lord based off of my own guilt, my own shame, or my own insecurities, the Lord is always going to be called Wonderful Counselor, a Mighty God, an Everlasting Father, and a Prince of Peace. These names are given to him. I can try wrap my head around them, but in effect, they are beyond comprehension, beyond what I can understand. They are wonderful, similar to what is said in Judges 13, verse 18. And I'd just like to leave with something from Ephesians chapter 3, verse 14. Because seeing now that the Lord is constantly presenting himself to us, I think the right way to respond would be to take what he says about himself and the prophecies that were written and have been fulfilled about him, and the names that he said that we would call him, the characteristics he said that he would be known by. We should take all of these things and respond in a similar way to what Paul writes in Ephesians 3, verse 14. I want to read it in NLT. It says, When I think of all this, I fall to my knees and pray to the Father, the creator of everything in heaven and on earth. I pray that from his glorious, unlimited resources, he will empower you with inner strength through his Spirit. Then Christ will make his home in your hearts as you trust in him. Your roots will grow deep into God's love and keep you strong. And may you have the power to understand, as all God's people should, how wide, how long, how wide, and how deep his love is. May you experience the love of Christ though it is too great to understand fully, then you will be made complete with all the fullness of life and power that comes from God. So I honestly think that this is how we should respond to a God who is wonderful, a God who is beyond what we can comprehend, and a God who honestly is just, yeah, love.